Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning and check your phone. No emergencies, no frenzied messages, but something is different. You open your banking app, and the number staring back at you looks almost unreal. Not because you won the lottery, not because some miracle happened overnight. It's because one skill you mastered years ago finally matured, finally clicked, and finally paid you back in a way that feels like magic. And here's the plot twist that catches most people off guard. That moment wasn't luck. It wasn't timing. It wasn't even talent. It was simply the result of a business skill you picked up, one that kept compounding behind the scenes, brick by brick, without you fully realizing it. Business changes, technology changes, the world changes, but the skills that create wealth, those barely move. And before we break down these timeless money printing skills, we need to start with the one that separates the people who wander from the people who win. And to understand why this first skill is so powerful, we need to rewind to the early 2000s. 1. Strategy. The art of choosing the right game. Back then, Netflix wasn't the giant it is today. They were mailing DVDs, plastic discs in red envelopes, a business model that feels ancient now. But here's the moment most people forget. Netflix didn't cling to what was working. They didn't anchor themselves to their starting point. Instead, they asked the question most businesses are too scared to ask: where is the world actually going? And how do we get there before everyone else wakes up? That one question is what strategy really is. Most people confuse strategy with having an idea. I'll start a cafe. I'll build an app. I'll sell clothes. That's not strategy. That's hope wearing a hat. Strategy is choosing the market before it becomes obvious. It's playing the game that has room for you to dominate, not the one everyone else is crowding into. Netflix didn't just deliver DVDs. They saw that the future wasn't physical at all. They pivoted into streaming long before the world was ready. And because they moved early, they owned the space. And when the rest of the world caught up, Netflix had already built their own shows, their own content, and eventually an entire media ecosystem. That's the power of real strategy. It doesn't just help you win, it chooses a game you can win at. And this leads us to the next skill, because once you choose the right game, you need a way to stand out from anyone else playing it. 2. Innovation. Make it so good they can't ignore it. Most people think innovation means inventing something brand new, a never-before-seen gadget, a wild breakthrough idea, and because of that, they end up building things nobody actually wants. But innovation doesn't mean creating something new, it means making something better. Look at Apple. They didn't invent the smartphone, the music player, or the tablet. But the moment the iPhone showed up, every other phone suddenly looked like a fossil. Innovation is taking an existing idea and polishing it until the world can't look away. The average business copies. The exceptional business elevates. At the highest level, innovation isn't loud. It doesn't brag. It simply forces people to notice because the experience is unmistakably better than anything else available. And this creates a problem because when you make something great, you need the world to know it exists. That's where the next skill comes in, and this is where the money printing effects start to double. 3. Marketing. Attention isn't given, it's engineered. Most people treat marketing like a volume contest. They think shouting louder makes them stand out. But loud marketing only gets you ignored faster. Exceptional marketing does something different. It makes people care. If you want a masterclass, look at Nike. When you see someone like Serena Williams or Cristiano Ronaldo wearing Nike, something clicks in your mind. Their reputation blends with the brand. Suddenly, Nike isn't selling shoes, they're selling excellence, grit, winning. Average marketing gets you seen. Exceptional marketing gets you chosen. And the moment you're chosen, you need the next skill, the one that actually transforms all that attention into dollars. 4. Sales. The bridge between value and money. Sales gets a bad reputation because people think of pushy car salesmen trying to convince you to buy something you don't want. But real sales, it doesn't feel like selling at all. The best salespeople don't force anything. They simply help people make the right decision. A great offer solves a real problem. An exceptional offer feels like it was built exactly for the person who bought it. At the top level, sales is clarity. Simplicity. Helping people understand that what they want is within reach. But here's the thing. Before you ever reach the point of asking for someone's money, you need another skill that quietly shapes every deal you ever make. 5. Negotiation. The difference between a good deal and a destiny-changing deal. One of the cleanest examples of world-class negotiation is SpaceX. On one side, they had suppliers who were used to charging sky-high prices because their main customer was the government. But Elon Musk refused to accept those numbers. He negotiated piece by piece, shaving millions off manufacturing costs. On the other side, SpaceX had to convince the government to bet on a private space company, something unheard of at the time. But Musk negotiated contracts that didn't just help SpaceX survive, they turned it into a space giant. Negotiation isn't about being aggressive, it's about being informed, prepared, confident. A single negotiation can save a company or sink one. And great negotiators don't just win arguments, they shape outcomes. But there's one thing even negotiation can't fix: a bad culture. And that brings us to a skill so powerful it decides whether people give you their best or silently check out. 6. Leadership. People follow energy, not job titles. Most new leaders think leading means ordering people around, setting targets, demanding results. That might work for a month or two, but long-term, it destroys teams. Exceptional leaders create environments where people feel safe experimenting, failing, and learning. And the best example of this is Satya Nadella at Microsoft. When Nadella took over, the company was drowning in internal politics and fear. He flipped the culture from know-it-all to learn-it-all. Suddenly, employees weren't scared to try things. Managers weren't punishing mistakes. Innovation returned. And Microsoft went from stagnant to one of the most valuable companies on earth. That's leadership. Not ordering, not forcing, but creating a culture that naturally produces results. And if leadership builds the people, the next skill builds the machine those people operate. 7. System design, the invisible engine behind every great business. Every business is a system, whether you realize it or not. The question is whether it's a chaotic system or a clean one. Most businesses operate on improvisation. They repeat tasks inconsistently. They reinvent the wheel daily. Mistakes pile up until everything feels like firefighting. But exceptional businesses don't rely on memory. They rely on systems. Look at McDonald's. People think they're a burger company, but what they really are is a systems company. Every movement in the kitchen is choreographed. Every franchise follows the same blueprint. Every process, from distribution to inventory to operations, runs like a machine. That's why McDonald's can open thousands of stores with the same reliability. Their systems are so tight that the business almost runs itself. And here's the loop no one sees coming. Once your systems are in place, you need to know what to actually pour your time and money into. That brings us to the skill that decides which ideas thrive and which ideas stay stuck. 8. Resource allocation, where you place your bets. Every company has limited time, money, and people, and most companies waste all three. Resource allocation is the art of placing your bets where they actually matter. Which project should get funding? Which department should grow? Which new idea should you ignore, even if it sounds exciting? Jeff Bezos mastered this skill. Even when Amazon's online store was booming, he kept pouring resources into side projects that had long-term potential. The best example? Amazon Web Services. AWS started as a quiet experiment. Today, it's the most profitable part of Amazon by far. That's what smart allocation does. It multiplies your future quietly and powerfully. But even the best resources and best ideas can fail if the timing is wrong. And this next skill is one of the most overlooked in the business world. 9. Timing. The world has to be ready for your idea. A brilliant idea launched at the wrong time is still a failure. The story of Vine proves this perfectly. Vine introduced short-form vertical video long before the world was ready. Phones weren't powerful enough. Internet speeds were too slow. There weren't enough creators to sustain the platform. The idea was great. The timing wasn't. And then years later, TikTok launched the same concept. At the perfect moment. High-speed internet, great cameras, millions of creators hungry for an outlet. Timing isn't luck. It's sensitivity. It's awareness. It's choosing the moment the world is prepared for what you're offering. And when timing aligns, there's one more skill that amplifies everything. 10. Networking. The people who open doors you didn't know existed. Most people think they can build a business alone, but the truth is, every problem you'll face, someone else already solved it. That's why networking is so powerful. Not fake networking, not handing out business cards like candy. Real networking, the kind that attracts people who want to help you. Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, is a perfect example. People who know him joke that if you dropped him on a deserted island, he'd come back a month later running the place. Why? Because he builds relationships with exceptional people. And exceptional people create exceptional outcomes. Networking isn't optional, it's leverage. And there's one final skill, one that sits above all the others, because even if you master every skill on this list, this bonus skill is what makes people choose you over everyone else. Bonus, branding. The story. People tell about you when you're not in the room. Branding is not your logo, not your slogan, not your color palette. Branding is how people feel when they interact with your business. Apple mastered this, not just with beautiful products, but with the entire experience. Their ads feel different. Their stores feel different. Even unboxing a product feels intentional and elevated. It's not decoration, it's identity. Branding makes you unforgettable. It separates you from competitors who might even have better technology, but cannot recreate your experience. And when branding combines with the other 10 skills, that's when a business becomes a legacy. Business trends come and go. Markets shift. Tools evolve. But these skills, they survive every economy, every industry, every wave of change. Strategy chooses the right game. Innovation helps you stand out. Marketing gets you seen. Sales captures value. Negotiation protects every deal. Leadership builds people. Systems build the machine. Resource allocation guides your bets. Timing opens the right door. Networking brings the right people inside. Branding makes your business unforgettable. Master these and you'll never fear change again, because you won't be relying on trends. You'll be relying on timeless skills that print money forever. Like and subscribe. Enjoyed what you've watched? Good. There's more beneath the surface, and we'll see you on the inside.